Hey guys, welcome to Annalvsmakeup. Today I'm going to be trying to recreate a look that I actually did when I did my Nordstrom haul. I was testing out some products, but the only thing that I can remember that I was testing out was this Almay foundation. So I'm going to try to recreate this. This was actually requested by one of my subscribers, so I'm really going to try to do that today for you. So if I miss some things, I'm going to try to get as close as possible because I don't remember what else I put on my eyes. I know I wasn't testing out the eyeshadow. I think I was only testing out the foundation, and there was something else. So it's been a while since I filmed that. So I apologize. I'm really forgetful. If I don't write it down, I will forget what I actually put on my face. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got that look, then just keep watching. Alrighty, so we're gonna start off with the Wet n Wild 3-in-1 primer water in coconut. I know I was using this throughout the summer months, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my face today. I am gonna go in with my Waso primer. This is a poreless matte primer that I use for the center of my face to actually cover those pores and make it look a little smoother. Okay, so for eyes, I am gonna go in with the Revolution Pro Eye Elements primer. This is actually a primer that I have loved. This is in Central, and I love Central. I think it's just like the perfect shade for my skin tone. So I'm just gonna put this on with a brush. If you hear any noise in the background, my youngest daughter is actually taking a class right now, so her professor's on, I guess, Zoom class or Zoom meeting or whatever they use these days. And I always set my eye primer with this Undone powder. So for eyeshadow that day, I think I used this e.l.f. bite-size shadow palette because this was actually sitting out. So usually when I use something, it's usually sitting out here on my desk. So I think this is what I actually used. The shadows on my eyelids were a lot more cool toned, and here lately I've been using a lot of warm tone shadows, and this was the only cool tone shadow palette that was sitting here. So I'm pretty sure this is what I used. I'm going in with this shade right here. I'm gonna use that as a transition shade. And I'm using a MAC 217. And guys, forgive my nails. They're kind of crappy right now. I'm about to take this off and put some other nail polish that I bought on. So just ignore that. The next shade I'm going to go into is this shade right here. And I'm using that same brush. I'm going to put that in my crease. I'm actually going into my crease and then I'm placing it on the eyelid as well, but just on the outer corner. I'm not going too far into the inner corner. I was looking at that video and my makeup was pretty bronzy. I know I was using my Ilia bronzer that day, and I also used my e.l.f. cream contour that day, so we're gonna use that today in this video. So that's pretty much what I did. And then I used the MAC 242 and I went into this shade right here, which is the lighter shade, and I put that on my inner corner. These e.l.f. bite-sized palettes are so good and they're so affordable. Okay, so now I'm going back into the MAC 217 and I'm going into this darker shade here. And I'm going to just place that on my outer corner, kind of just deepen up that outer corner. I forgot to tell you guys what the palette was called. It's the Rose Water palette. I'm gonna go back into the MAC 242. I'm grabbing this shade right here. I just wanna add a little bit more to my lid because I want it a little bit more intensified. Okay, so gosh, my nails look so horrible. Anyway, for the foundation, I was using this Almay Skin Perfecting Comfort Matte Foundation. I have been trying this out. I do like this foundation. I have been using it quite a bit lately. I feel like it's an easy foundation to wear. It doesn't have a lot of coverage, which is okay, but it's just something that I look for in a foundation. I like this foundation, but I'm not in love with the foundation. And there's a lot of reasons why I'm not in love with it. They have very small range of shades. I don't like that about this because I really feel like every company needs to come up and get with the program when it comes to providing shades for all different skin tones. I mean, there's really no excuse, guys. So that's one of the reasons I'm not too crazy about it. Another reason is that sometimes it looks really good on my skin and then sometimes it looks like horrible. So it's like hit or miss with me. I don't know what the deal is with this foundation, but yeah, I don't hate it, but I'm not crazy about it. Oh, and another reason, it doesn't have a pump, so I have to pour it out every single time. And sometimes I pour way too much out and I just don't have any control with that bottle. And I think it's supposed to be like a long-lasting foundation, which it lasts for a good like 8 to 9 hours with me. So that's pretty good. I just hate pouring this foundation out every single time. It's kind of annoying. I mean, if it was a great foundation, I probably wouldn't care. It's not bad, but it's not great. I think I used the Giorgio Armani concealer. It's the Power Fabric Concealer. I have mine in the shade number 4. Place that underneath my eyes, on my nose, forehead. I have a sponge here that I wet earlier today because I was using it. Oh, I know what else I was testing. I was testing the Pretty Vulgar powder, which I do love. So this is the Pretty Vulgar powder. I'm gonna use that to set my under eyes, and I'm just gonna set that. Of course, I always go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm gonna do that really quickly. I actually should have waited to set my under eyes, but that's okay. I'm a pro at using this for my melasma, so it's not gonna interfere with it. I'm gonna take some of that Pretty Vulgar powder, and I'm going to just press that onto that Tarte Shape Tape. I did use my e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I'm just gonna use that sponge and I'm just going to go between these two shades here. Now with this palette, I've actually used it on top of my foundation or on top of powder. Today I haven't really powdered right here just yet. I just powdered like my cheeks and my nose. So I'm just going in right there where my cheekbone is. Just kind of sculpting that area, not too much, just giving it a little bit of definition. And then I take a little bit on my forehead. Take a little bit on my chin. Now I'm gonna powder, and I did use my Undone powder that day. This powder is one of my all-time favorite powders. And then I just kind of run it over those areas on the outer portions of my face. Then I went in with my Ilia bronzer. I know I use this because I've been using this pretty much ever since I purchased it. It's one of my favorite bronzers right now. And then I just bronze my face up. Bring that on my forehead, my chin. So you want everything to kind of just come together. For blush, I was using this Lychee blush by e.l.f. It's the duo with the blush and the highlighter, and I'm going to place that on my cheeks. These e.l.f. blushes are so good. They're really cheap. I think they're like $3, and they just perform really well for $3. I am gonna do my eyebrows really quickly. I'm gonna do this off camera, guys, because I need to be close up. So I'm gonna do it off camera and I'll be right back. I went ahead and curled my lashes. I also put on some false lashes because I did have false lashes on in that video. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this shade first, right here on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna go in with this shade next. And then I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade in that palette and just go closer to the lash line. So my lips were peach in that video. So I think I used this Revlon If I Want To lipstick. That's pretty close to what I had. I did put my e.l.f. Smudge Proof Mascara on for lower lashes. So I did use this on my eyebrows. I did mention this in that video. I went ahead and finished off with my Sephora powder, and I just buffed this all over my skin. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spray with the Milani Fruit Fetish. I think this is the spray I was testing that day. So I'm gonna stop the video right here. Stay tuned for the finished look. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.